Hello, friends, family, fellow seekers. Sally the Seeker here. I hope everyone's doing well. And I just want to thank you all again so much for helping me reach 2,000 subscribers. Slow and steady like the tortoise, they say, right? But at least I'm going up instead of down. And I have you all to thank for it. Thank you so much. I truly, truly appreciate it. So we're going to continue on with delusional Darrell. And this time the state has Specialist Kyle Becker as their witness. And this is a pretty good one. He's getting ready to testify. So let's just get on with it.
Do you solemnly swear that the testimony you're about to give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Thank you, sir. Please have a seat. First thing I will ask you to do is to state your first and last names for the record and then spell each.
Kyle Becker, Kyle-Becker.
Thank you. Go ahead, your witness.
Thank you. Sir, how are you employed?
City Waukesha Police Department.
What's your job type?
Warrant Specialist.
And directing your attention to the date of November 23, 2021. Were you on duty that day?
Yes, I was.
What duties were you tasked with on that day?
Me and several other officers, detectives were tasked with being part of the search team canvassing the area for items.
Okay, and this was related to the investigation into the Christmas parade?
Objection, leader.
Okay.
The objection's noted. It's overruled. These are foundational type questions, so I'll allow it. For the witness, though, please make sure you wait until I rule on objections before you answer. Thank you. Next question.
So you said the purpose of the team was to look for items, did you say?
Objection, leading.
Overruled.
Yes, items that we believe Mr. Darrell Brooks was wearing the night of the incident. He discarded them.
Okay. And did you come up with a plan or a method to proceed?
Yes, we did. So we knew that he fled from the vehicle at 338 Maple Avenue in the city of Waukesha. So we directed our team around that area, and we were going to start on the 300 block of Maple, and we were going to work westbound in the backyards until we got to like Northwest Avenue, trying to look for items that might have been discarded by Darrell Brooks.
And what day was this that you set out to do this?
November 23rd, 2021.
Was there an objection or not?
Yes.
Overruled. The witness may answer.
It was November 23rd, 2021.
What time of day were you performing this search?
It's approximately about 10:15 in the morning.
Did you personally recover any items of interest in this case, sir?
Yes, I did.
Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, the first item that we located was a blue sandal, or they also call it a slide, that was located at 322 Maple Avenue in the backyard. 322 butts up to 434 Dunbar, and in the backyards there is a chain link fence that separates the 2 yards. The first sandal that we located was a right-footed sandal, and it was on the maple side, 322 maple side of the fence, close by the chain link fence.
All right, I'm going to put up 2 items, photographs. First one would be Exhibit 94.
Go ahead.
Is that on your screen, sir?
Yes, it is.
Do you do you recognize what is depicted in Exhibit 94?
Objection, leading.
Overruled. You may answer.
Yes, I do.
Tell the jury what you see in 94.
It is the blue sandal that was outside the fenced chain link fence area like I described. It is a navy blue in color, and it also had a Milwaukee Brewers logo emblem on the front of the sandal, which appeared to be like torn or worn.
Wait a minute. Did he say it had a Milwaukee Brewers emblem on it?
How did you end up at a random house without your shoes and your phone, Darrell? This is what I'm saying.
I had my flip-flops on. I had them.
Okay.
I just said that.
Where did they go?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if when they slammed me down, they just never. I don't know. I'm knocked on 2 doors, not just the one.
So you had your flip-flops.
I had my Green Bay Packer flip-flops on. Yes.
Green Bay Packer. Okay.
That's what I'm saying. I wasn't just walking around with no shoes.
Do you believe the Exhibit 94 is a true and accurate depiction of the area where the sandal was found
Yes, I do.
and the exact location where the sandal was found?
Objection leading.
Overruled. You may answer.
Yes, I do.
Permission to publish 94, Your Honor? Well, wait, before we do that, I'm going to have you identify 95 as well, and then we'll put them up.
Go ahead with the next exhibit.
Is 95 now on your screen, sir?
Yes, it is.
What is shown in 95?
The navy blue sandal that I just described.
Is it, similar, or how is 95 different from 94?
Objection leading.
Overruled. You may answer.
They were the same exact sandal, just different pictures.
That's what I mean. What's the difference between the photographs?
Objection leading.
Overruled. The witness may answer.
Just the angle of where the picture was taken.
Okay. Do you believe that 95 is the accurate representation of where and how the sandal was found?
Yes, I do.
Move to admit 94 and 95 and permission to publish, Your Honor.
Objection. Relevancy.
The objection is noted. Overruled. Exhibits 94 and 95 are received. Permission to publish granted. And then for my ladies and gentlemen in the jury, let me know when it shows up on the screens in the jury box, as there is a delay at times. All right, we're good. Go ahead.
Sir, if you could just orient us in the picture there. You had described in your testimony a chain link fence, correct?
Correct.
Does that separate 2 properties?
Objection leading.
Overruled. The witness may answer.
Yes, it does separate 2 properties.
And what are those properties, please?
Objection relevancy.
Overruled. The witness may answer.
The where the sandal is located right now, that is on the address of 322 Maple Avenue, and the opposite side of the fence, which would be to the south of that, would be 434 Dunbar.
Okay. So even though the properties above, the street addresses are on different streets.
Yes, that is correct.
And 322 Maple, can you approximate for us the distance that is to the location where the red SUV was found?
Objection speculative.
Overruled. The witness may answer. Actually, let me do this. I'm going to sustain it as to foundation. I think another question needs to be asked of this witness regarding the red SUV.
Sir, I think you testified earlier that you set out to search the area around 338 Maple, correct?
Yes, that is correct.
And what was the significance of that address, please?
That was where the vehicle was located that Darrell Brooks was driving the night of the Christmas parade.
Okay. And
Love.
please approximate for us the distance.
Just gonna say, I love how these officers or detectives say Brooks's name. Love it, love it, love it.
Between the residence where the vehicle was found and the residence where this sandal was found.
Objection relevancy.
Overruled. The witness may answer.
This is an approximate guess. I guess around 200 yards.
Okay. The device in front of you is a touch screen. Can you please circle the sandal in the photograph? All right,
The
thank you.
Packers or the
And
Brewers
then can you
sandal?
please display 95?
Before you do that,
I'm sorry.
any capture of this being requested before?
No, because I think 95 will do that for us, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Then go ahead. Next exhibit.
All right, now 95 is up, sir.
Same thing. Circle.
Sure.
Objection leading.
Yes, please circle.
Overruled. The witness may. answer by circling.
All right. I'd now like to show you a piece of physical evidence that's been marked as State's Exhibit 86. If I could get the assistance of the deputy, please. Could you please present that to the witness for me?
Was that, you said 86?
I was gonna ask the same thing because I missed that too. Can I have the number again?
Yes, 86, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Exhibit 86. Not yet.
Sir, have you seen Exhibit 86 before?
Yes.
What is 86?
86 is the sandal that I located outside of 322 Maple Avenue.
One we were just seeing in the photographs 94 and 95?
Yes.
Okay. Move to admit 86, Your Honor.
Objection, relevancy.
Yeah, relevancy.
Overruled. Exhibit 86 is received.
Officer Becker, did you find any other items of significance to this investigation?
Objection, leading.
Overruled. The witness may answer.
Yes, I did.
What else did you find?
I found another blue sandal, which was a left-footed blue slide sandal with the same Milwaukee Brewers logo album on it that was worn out. Then I also located a gray hooded sweatshirt that had a multicolored design or logo on the front of the sweatshirt. That sweatshirt was the same sweatshirt that we believe Mr. Brooks was wearing during the incident with the Waukesha parade.
Where did you find these items?
These items were located to that chain link fence that was up before earlier. It was on the opposite side south of that chain link fence, which would have been the address of 434 Dunbar Avenue. I was directed towards that area because due to the fact that I thought Mr. Brooks tried jumping the fence, and that's how he lost the first sandal. So I was directed towards that area due to the fact in that vicinity there. So I was searching in the backyard of that area, and I located a children's playhouse. This children's playhouse was made of wood, and it had about 4 or 5 steps up until we got to the platform of the children's playhouse. There also was a slide connected to it that would lead down to the grass. I located in that platform area, I located the gray hooded sweatshirt that had a multicolored design. It's the same sweatshirt that we believe Mr. Brooks was wearing during that parade incident. And then in the close proximity to that sweatshirt was the other sandal, which was the left-footed sandal, which was a blue slide with the Milwaukee Brewers logo album that was somewhat worn. Matched the description of the one that we also found by 322 Maple.
Such a liar. Even lied about his stinking slides or flip-flops, whatever.
All right, sir, I'm going to display on your monitor Exhibit 96.
Go ahead.
Do you see Exhibit 96?
Not yet.
Okay.
There we go.
All right, do you recognize what is portrayed in Exhibit 96?
Yes.
What is that?
Objection, leading.
Overruled. The witness may answer.
That is the children's playhouse where I found the gray hooded sweatshirt and the left-footed blue sandal.
All right. Do you believe the photograph is a true and accurate depiction of the yard and item that you described for us when you saw it that afternoon?
Objection, speculative.
Overruled. The witness may answer.
Yes, it was.
All right, we're going to go on to 97. What do we see in 97, sir?
That is the gray hooded sweatshirt with the multicolored design or logo that I located.
In the playhouse.
Correct, in the playhouse.
Okay. Do you believe this is a true and accurate depiction as you observed the events on November 23 of 21?
Objection, speculative.
Overruled. The witness may answer.
Yes, it is.
All right, and then 98, please. Please describe.
This picture is obviously the gray hooded sweatshirt that I just talked about, and then also the other left-footed blue sandal with the Milwaukee Brewers logo emblem that was worn.
Is this the position of these items as you found them, sir?
Yes, it was.
And do you believe this photograph is true and accurate as it's presented here today?
Objection leading.
Overruled, the witness may answer.
Jeez,
Yes.
man.
Move to admit 96, 97, and 98, and permission to publish, Your Honor.
Exhibits 96, 97, and 98 are all received, and permission to publish is granted as to each. And if the jury would please let me know when the monitors in the jury box also display what's on the large screen. All right. Thank you. Go ahead.
All right, Officer Becker, could you please circle for the jury the children's playhouse that you've been describing for us in 96?
Yes.
Thank you. I'm not requesting permission to capture that, Your Honor. I'd like to move on to 97. Oops, there's 97. Okay. And where's the, this is a close-up of that same playhouse?
Yes.
Do you see the sweatshirt in this image, sir?
Objection leading.
Overruled, you may answer.
Yes, I do.
Please circle it. Are you able to see the sandal in this photograph?
No, I'm not.
Okay. And then we'll move on to 98, please. And those are the two items together in the top portion of the playhouse, is that right?
Yes, that is.
All right.
You know, there's something that just, every time I hear about that some of his clothing was found in the children's playhouse, it just makes me want to hurl. You know, of all things. And then I wonder, he probably went up the stairs, deposited those two items, and probably went down the damn slide. What do you want to bet? Ugh. And Specialist Becker looks so annoyed. You know, these officers and detectives are so sick of him and his nonsense, as is everyone. And they have to look and wait to see what stupid objection he's going to make. And it just tells its own story, doesn't it?
Now I'm going to show you these physical items. Please, Deputy, if you would assist me again.
I bet he doesn't like seeing his items in bags.
Number 84.
He didn't give his consent, did he?
Do you recognize item number 84, sir?
Yes.
What is that?
Objection leading.
Overruled, I'm sorry, what was the number again?
84.
All right. Go ahead, you may answer, sir.
This was the gray hooded sweatshirt that I located in children's playhouse.
All right. And 85. Thank you. Please identify.
This is the other sandal, which was a left-footed blue sandal slide with the Milwaukee Brewers logo. That was also located in the children's playhouse.
Your Honor, permission to admit, or excuse me, move to admit 84 and 85.
Objection relevancy.
It's all relevant.
Exhibits 84 and 85 are both received.
And I'd like to ask, with the court's permission, if 84 can be published by the officer standing up and holding up 84 for the jury to view.
Objection relevancy.
Permission granted.
So please hold up the sweatshirt, sir.
Objection noted.
Yes.
Yes, we all noted.
The record to reflect the officer stood up in the jury box. He is holding the exhibit between his waist and forehead. That's the full length of a sweatshirt, and he has passed it from right to left of his body in front of the jury.
Thank you. And then if you would do the same thing, please, sir, you could set that one down, and if you could hold up 84 and 85, one in each hand, and display those for the jury, if that's okay, Your Honor?
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, 85 and 86.
Objection.
Your objection's noted. Go ahead. The witness is standing up still in the witness box. He is holding each one of those exhibits, which I believe is 85 and 86, one in each hand at shoulder height, and he turned a bit from right to left in front of the jury. Thank you, sir. You may sit down.
Gee, where are the Packers slides? Are they at old girl Stephanie's house or in Marcus's tan Kia?
Specialist Becker, did you check with the homeowner to make sure that the property you just displayed did not belong to the homeowner?
Objection speculative.
Overruled. The witness may answer.
I personally did not. Somebody else may have.
And how about the sandal by the cyclone fence on the ground? Did officers check with the homeowner at that residence as well?
Objection
If you know.
speculative.
Overruled. If he knows, the witness may answer.
I do not know. I didn't personally.
Okay. Thank you, sir. I don't have any other questions.
Here we go.
All right. Any cross for this witness?
Yes, just 1 second.
You gotta take down his very important notes.
Do you want the items still up by the witness, or can they be taken back to this, or actually brought to my clerk since they're now evidence?
Oh, you can take it back to the front.
All right. The bailiff would bring them to the clerk, please. And then when you're ready.
You testified earlier in questioning. Well, rather, let me back up.
I hate when he says back up.
You said the name of the alleged suspect when questioned about
Yeah, he did.
the alleged suspect fleeing from the vehicle. At that time, did you know the name of the alleged suspect?
Yes, we did.
And how did you obtain that information?
From detectives working the case.
So you yourself didn't know until you were told. Would that be fair to say?
I was part of the brief, so I knew too.
So you knew before you were briefed?
Yes.
So you knew before you were briefed, then why did you have to be briefed about that information?
Oh, Lord.
Just the gatherings we briefed every morning, and the gatherings from the day before, what we were all going to do and stuff like that, and what every detective's working something different, so that's we just kind of gathered as a group like we do every morning and discuss what we all were gathered, or what we all saw. And
Were you a part of the investigation the night of the incident?
Yes, I was.
And what was your what was your role in the investigation the night of the incident?
Well, I was activated for our SWAT team. I'm part of our Waukesha Police Department SWAT team. So
Ooh,
we were
SWAT
activated
team.
at that time. So I was assisting in that matter at the time being, about the parade incident, due to the fact of all the injuries and victims and unknown suspects at the time. We got activated for our SWAT team.
And you said unknown suspects. What do you mean?
At the time of the incident, we didn't know exactly who the suspects were, if there was one or two at the time. So this was all really fresh information that we received that night, so we got activated right away.
So is it possible that you didn't receive the information of the alleged defendant until that evening?
I do not recall when exactly we found out who our main suspect was.
Doesn't matter because we all know it's you. Move on. I'm telling you, the jury doesn't like that at all.
And in reference to the sweatshirt that you observed in the children's playpen, do you have
Playpen?
any information of how that got there?
Not exactly, no, because I didn't follow the footsteps of Darrell Brooks that night.
Darrell Brooks. What's he gonna do? Blame the children for stealing his stuff?
And seeing as how that you were actively investigating that portion of the investigation, why did you not ask the homeowners if the items belonged to them?
I did not ask them. I located it, and then it was turned over to more of the detectives that were handling the case.
The question was,
Make
why
contact.
didn't you ask the homeowners?
I don't know. I just didn't.
So it'd be fair to say you didn't know who the items belonged to at that point.
Please.
Fair enough, yeah.
That's gonna change the jury's mind, isn't it?
You made reference to, and the word you used was belief. You made reference to belief that the alleged suspect jumped the fence, and I guess that would refer to where the slide, as you referred it to, was found. How did you come to the determination that a fence was jumped?
Probably years of experience.
During my training experience, my main job role as a warrant specialist, I go out and track a lot of suspects down, and a lot of times those suspects also flee on me. Where I have to get in a foot pursuit with them. There's been multiple times where suspects jump over fences to try to get away from police. So that's why I came to that conclusion just during my training and experience.
And he was right, let's face
Did you
it.
chase any suspects during your investigation?
Oh, Lord.
No, I did not.
How do you know?
So it would be fair to say that you don't know for sure if any suspect jumped the fence.
That is fair enough, but just during my training experience, that's what I believe may have happened.
So it'd be fair to say you weren't sure exactly.
I guess you could say I wasn't 100% sure.
He's so smart, isn't he?
And you testified earlier, and I don't want to misquote you. I think it was some question of determining the distance. I don't know if that was in reference to where the vehicle was found and where the items that you found were located. Was that the distance that was being referred to?
Yes, I believe so.
Thanks for that clarification. I didn't want to misquote you.
Oh, bless your heart. Aren't you nice?
How were you exactly able to determine the exact distance of that?
I wasn't able to. I think I may have said it's a rough estimate or approximate.
So it'd be fair to say you don't know for sure the distance.
Oh, and that's
No, I
gonna
do not
that
know
makes a
for sure the
difference.
exact distance.
That makes a difference, boy. That would blow the whole case open.
Did you at any time see anyone? I guess I will refer to alleged suspects. Did you at any time see any alleged suspects drop any items?
No, I didn't.
Did you see any alleged suspects remove any items?
No, I did not.
And you stated that your search investigation was the next morning.
It was November 23rd, 2021.
So it was not the next morning.
And do you recall when that part of your investigation ended?
I would have to, it'd be an approximate guess. I don't know how long we were out there exactly. It was that morning and then probably early afternoon, I'm guessing.
And was that the extent of your part of the investigation? After you completed the investigation part on the 23rd of November, 2021?
Yes, that is correct.
At any time after that, did you follow up with your part of the investigation where it was positioned in the investigation in full?
No, everything was turned over that day that I found the items to our forensics unit at the Waukesha Police Department, where they handled the custody of the evidence.
Were you ever after that date followed up with by any law enforcement after that initial date?
I don't really understand what you're saying.
Yeah, it really didn't make much sense.
After your part of the investigation was completed on that day, the 23rd of November, 2021, did any law enforcement officers follow up with you about your part of the investigation?
Not that I recall.
And you said you turned the items over to crime lab, or
You didn't write it down?
No, it was a criminal evidence and forensics unit of the Waukesha Police Department, specifically Specialist Schmidt.
and from that point, do you know what happened to the items?
No, I do not.
Do you know of any procedure once you turn over the items? And well, I believe you said the. Can you say it again? I'm sorry.
Criminal,
Evidence.
yeah. Criminal evidence, forensics
Criminal
unit.
evidence. Is there any procedure after that in reference to the items? Like what may be what may be done to the items?
Yeah, they're placing them into inventory at the Waukesha Police Department. So that's Specialist Schmidt's primary job role at the Waukesha Police Department.
So once you turn over the items, that's pretty much the end of your part of it.
Yes.
Scintillating questions. Right about time to ask for the plaintiff, or did you file a claim or something?
Would it be fair to say that these items have been kept for quite a while now? Would that be fair to say?
Yes.
Are items usually kept for this length of time?
Probably as long as the trial.
Investigations?
Sorry to interrupt.
Yes. Typically, yes. Till the case is over.
Yeah, that.
So it isn't unusual in any way to see items kept roughly a year or so.
No, that's not unusual, especially if it's evidence to a crime.
Mm-hmm. Your crime. Darrell. Yeah, he's run out of stuff, let's face it. He's got nothing.
And what usually happens to the items after the investigation is complete?
Oh my gosh.
You would have to ask the criminal investigations division, especially Schmidt, that handles those types of cases. I don't know how they release those items.
So you're not sure, to your best of your knowledge, you're not sure.
No, I'm not.
That's what we said.
Do you recall making a report in this matter?
Oh, here we go with the reports.
Yes, I do.
How long was it?
And
When did you do
did
it?
you write it yourself, or was it typed by someone else?
No, I believe I wrote my own report.
And you stated that this was would be called a canvas search team,
What's a canvas search
Yes, that's
team?
correct.
and you stated or made reference to it being like a SWAT team.
No, I recall that you asked what I did the prior day of the parade incident.
Mhm.
I just advised you that I was activated for our SWAT team that day of the parade incident, the actual day.
Get your
The
stuff
items that I
straight.
located on the canvas search team was on November 23rd.
So, in reference to the SWAT team
The SWAT team.
statement, what do you mean by SWAT team?
He's already asked this. Just other
Our
people.
tactical unit at the Waukesha Police Department.
And what do you mean by canvas search team? Can you explain what exactly is a canvas search team?
That is just a group of individuals that we had in our criminal investigations divisions. It was a detective specialist. There might have been some officers too. Gathered as a group. I think there's about 10 of us, and we searched the area to try looking for items.
And do you wear regular law enforcement gear, or is there any change in the gear?
Yeah, regular law enforcement gear. So
Oh,
I wear
God.
day to
These
day every day.
questions. Lame.
To the best of your knowledge, did you yourself file any claims in this matter?
Here we go. We're getting close to the end.
No, I did not.
You know of anyone who filed any claims in this matter?
No.
Have you at any time saw or read a complaint in this matter?
No.
And do you recall who you were subpoenaed by to testify in this matter?
Yes, state of Wisconsin.
And who do you refer to when you say state of Wisconsin?
District Attorney's Office, Waukesha County District Attorney's Office.
Do you recall whose name was on the subpoena?
I do not recall. I'd have to look at the paperwork.
So, to the best of your knowledge, would the state of Wisconsin be the plaintiff in this matter?
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm making my noises. I cannot hold back, guys.
Do you see the state of Wisconsin plaintiff in court today?
Objection.
Grounds.
Proper vague question.
Don't y'all want to groan along with me? Ugh. Sometimes I want to throw things at the camera or the screen.
Is the plaintiff present in court today, to your knowledge?
Objection.
Grounds.
Relevant, legally inaccurate statement, Your Honor.
Sustained for both reasons.
Do you recall having any personal interactions with the plaintiff in this matter?
Objection vague.
Grounds.
Sustained is in the form of the question.
Have you ever been contacted by the plaintiff in this matter?
Same objection.
Grounds.
Sustained is in the form of the question.
If you were to see the plaintiff, state of Wisconsin, will you be able to identify him?
Objection argumentative.
Sustained is in the form of the question.
Would you classify the plaintiff, state of Wisconsin, as a human being or an entity?
Objection irrelevant.
Sustained, not relevant.
Would it be fair to say this isn't your first time during your career testifying in any type of criminal matter?
Yes,
Yes, as in,
I have testified before.
so it would be fair to assume that you understand plaintiffs and defendants, correct?
Please.
Objection irrelevant.
Sustained, not relevant.
Look at his face. He's so pissed at him, and I don't blame him. We're all tired of you. And yet, we can't stop.
Are you aware that only a living human being can bring a claim
A
against
breen?
Objection irrelevant.
Living
argumentative.
human breen?
Sustained for those reasons.
What's a breen?
And as to the form of the question.
To the best of your knowledge, who can bring a claim against an alleged defendant?
Objection irrelevant.
Sustained, not relevant.
No further questions.
Thank you, sir. Any redirect?
No redirect of this officer, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Sir, you may step down.
I could start with another officer, but I don't think I'm.
Did you see that look that Attorney Pacey gave because Brooks was muttering something? If looks could kill. I mean, if looks could unalive, he would have been unalived a long time ago.
I'll complete his testimony.
What I'd like to do at this point is advise the jury about what is to happen next. I'm advised that everything is ready to go. So, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you will now be taken to a garage attached to the Waukesha County Courthouse to view the vehicle recovered by the Waukesha Police Department. You will be taken to the garage by the jury bailiffs. During your trip to and from the garage, or while there, you are not to discuss this case with anyone. While at the garage, you are not to talk, and no one is to talk to you about the case except the judge. You are to remain with the other jurors. You are not to conduct an independent investigation now or at any time during the trial. The court is taking the jury to the garage to provide the jury with an opportunity to view the vehicle, as it is not possible to bring the vehicle into the courtroom. Other than the vehicle, anything you see there is not evidence in the case and should not be considered as evidence. At this time, please rise for the jury. And the jury bailiffs will wait until further instructed as to when to bring them over.
And of course, he has.
Question was asked about whether they could bring notebooks, and I instructed that they should not.
You're getting ready to go look at your weapon, the weapon you used, Mommy's red SUV that you didn't consent to.
Court sent the jury off to view a piece of evidence that was way too large to be brought into the courtroom. That piece of evidence is the red SUV that was used on that tragic day almost a year ago. And in a surprise move and in a change from what he said earlier today, defendant Darrell Brooks informed the court this morning he wouldn't want to go to the jury view, but we're just now learning that he did in fact change his mind and go to the jury view this afternoon.
Now I gotta disagree. There was nothing surprising about that. To me, he's very predictable. I knew he wouldn't be able to stand staying back while everybody else went. It's like going on a field trip and being left out. Idiot that he is, but that's what he thinks, kind of, I think. Okay, here we go.
So what kind of impact is seeing that SUV going to have on the people who are part of this jury? At the end of the day, that's what matters, what the men and women on this jury think about this evidence that they are receiving. For more insight on that, let's bring in Court TV legal correspondent Chanley Painter. She is live in Waukesha this afternoon with the details for us. Chanley.
Hey, good afternoon, Julie. You are correct. Darrell Brooks went on that jury view. It didn't take long for that jury of now 15 to view the SUV. And we have the video that the court issued to the media right here of what it looked like in that garage not far from here where the courthouse is. This is what the setup was. They towed it into this undisclosed location, this garage surrounded, and they were able to walk around this red SUV in this location. They couldn't talk to each other. They couldn't take their notepads. The judge was the only one allowed to say anything during that time. And we now know Darrell Brooks was also there. Security left up to the deputies. That was a big issue before court started this morning, whether or not he would actually attend or waive his right to be there. He was on the fence about whether or not he would go because his ankles are shackled. They kind of got into that back and forth, but that's left up to the sheriff's department on whether or not the security will be in place, but it would be fair for defendant and prosecutors. But look at the damage on that SUV. This is a little less than a year after the parade tragedy. The jurors seeing photos of this red SUV throughout this testimony, watching graphic videos of this red SUV hit multiple members of the parade participants, and now they're able to see it in person, Julie.
Oh, that damage is incredible, Chanley. Look at the front end of that car. It's like it's fallen off. It's such a tragedy of what happened that day, as you know, and for these men and women on the jury, I'm sure that was really something really chilling, probably, to see that when you're imagining what happened, when they're thinking back to all that testimony they've been hearing the past several days from all of those witnesses who testified to the horror in Waukesha. Speaking of police, Chanley, witnesses today who took the stand prior to the jury going on the jury view, talked a lot about videos from different locations, from their homes and whatnot. You've been in Waukesha for some time now. Can you kind of give us an idea about how close these locations are to one another?
They're within blocks. Julie, I've driven through all of these locations. Of course, the parade route where the SUV was abandoned, where the eventual arrest of the defendant took place. It's quite a walk for someone on foot, but within around 10 blocks of all of these locations. And you are correct. We have 4 witnesses earlier. They're basically foundational witnesses because they have video. The jury has not seen those videos, but here the prosecutor's trying to fill in the gaps of what happened between this video where the SUV was abandoned, and then how the defendant made it to the site of the arrest, Daniel Ryder's home, minutes later. So they're going to probably see those videos later this afternoon, but I want to back up a little bit about what was testified to earlier today, because it's already been a visual day with a specialist, Becker, on the stand showing critical items along that path we're talking about. So the suspect, of course, abandons the SUV, and then not far about a...
Now look at there. Look at there, right there. When they slammed me to the ground, that man, child, had his hands up, and he went down willingly. Lay on the ground. There is no slamming to the ground. Incredible, but not.
Block from Maple and Dunbar, and I've been on this road. That's where they found the sweatshirt Darrell Brooks was alleged to be wearing, gray hoodie, and some blue Milwaukee Brewers slides. In his interrogation yesterday, he said he had on Green Bay Packer slides, by the way. So this is the specialist holding up those items before the jury. They were taking it all in, and it was found at this house. There's this play set, play for kids, and the detectives with the keen eye was able to see something doesn't belong there, and found what a suspect tried to hide, which was a sweatshirt and a slide. The other slide was found on the other side of the fence of the home, as if the specialist said, when suspects flee, usually they jump over fences, and lost a slide while jumping over a fence. And for perspective, this gray hooded sweatshirt that was shown, the jury has seen pictures of the suspect wearing that sweatshirt. We have photos of the driver in the parade, at least 2, one with the window up, one with the window down, where he's seen. And then also I pulled this one from the surveillance video of Frame Park, where this all began with his ex-girlfriend, Erica Patterson. That surveillance video with that sweatshirt on, that's alleged, of course, to be Darrell Brooks there, and something on the front of the sweatshirt, like it's one being held up, and Julie, they took his DNA swab too, so we may be hearing even a match that his DNA is on that sweatshirt as well.
Oh my. Julie, this is something, that's a great photo. You pulled that one at the end. I mean, like, they're all pretty clear. I mean, let's be honest. Identity is really not something that he's going to have an easy time contesting here. We've seen him try, much to no avail, as you know, and that's certainly not stopping him with all these cross-examinations. Chandler, I'm getting word that court is back in session. We will let you get back in there. Thank you so much for all of that reporting. Let's go into the courtroom live.
Okay, so there you have it. I thought I'd share this part because I thought it was interesting of what the jury saw when they viewed that SUV. It just, wow. It just amazes me how he can just be so nonchalant and concerned about himself, and his life is over, and he has a paper cut, and he thought he had COVID, and they slammed him to the ground. But I mean, there are so many pictures and videos that identify him, and yet he is still going to continue, and he did still continue that ridiculous game of back and forth he does, like, oh, how do you know it's my name? And, you know, the plaintiff, and did you know it was my name? Do you know that, were there others? Did you hear that there was other, you know, I'm just so like, annoyed. I can't even say all the things that he said, but we all know because he said it multiple times. I just, I have never, at least that I can find, any of the jurors that have talked about it. I don't know if y'all have, let me know, but I don't know if they just decided they didn't want to. Maybe they were just so sick of him. They probably had to go get Darrell detox, which we all will probably need to do, and we can have a little, a therapy group on here if you want to. But, yeah, it's just incredible. So many things that he just lies about. Lies are easier than the truth for him. I wouldn't be able to keep my lies straight. But anyhow, there you go with that. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, thank you so much for helping me reach 2,000. I really appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed this video. There will be more of Darrell, and I hope to get started very soon on, well, I've been doing a lot of research. I hope to be starting maybe hopefully within the next few days, Hannah Payne case, which just finished up a little over a month ago, and she's been sentenced and everything. So I can act biased about that too. But it's quite a case, let me tell you. If y'all haven't seen it, I know a few of you had requested it and were interested in it, so I'm gonna start on that and look at some others you all have requested. But I've gone on enough by now, I know. So you know what to do. Be kind to one another. Be kind to you. I love you. Thanks again so much for everything. I really, truly appreciate each and every one of you. And I'll see you the next time.